On this 50-point inspection from Warhorse Brewing Company out of Geneva, New York, I'm going to have Pancakes with Churchill, which is a maple coffee stout with natural flavors added. This could be considered an imperial, I would say. It is 8.6% ABV, 25 IBUs. And this beer was gifted to me from FLX Beer Reviews. This was canned on February 10th, 2022. So we are a good 8 months aged on this one. Let's read the back. You don't lead England through World War II and get named the greatest Briton of all time without making the absolute most of every day. For the old man, that meant starting with breakfast, where he would eat, drink, smoke, dictate speeches, and read 8 papers, hold his morning meeting. Most mapley version of our popular breakfast with Churchill, pancakes with Churchill, or pancakes is, damn it, you just can't do this today. Pancakes is brewed to be enjoyed any time of day. It tells you the malts that they use. They use 2-row oats, midnight wheat, chocolate crystal 55. Should give off some nice caramel toffee notes with that one. The crystal 55. We got hops, East Kent Goldings and Bravo. So some British hops. And the food pairings, wow. Poached egg, toast, jam, coffee, and milk, grapefruit, whiskey, cigar. I wouldn't consider a cigar a food pairing, but you suck. Let's go ahead and open this one up. Okay, so put it right to the top there with this head. Very fluffy, pillowy head on this thing. It is kind of a maple syrup brown. It's kind of a tannish khaki color head. This thing's reeking of maple syrup. The body color of the beer itself, it's got some reddish hues down below, pretty damn dark, borderline black, but I'd say a very deep dark brown anyways. Yeah, let's get some aromas. Pancake syrup, maple syrup, totally maple syrup. It's like a slight appleness to it as well. It almost smells like pancake dough, batter, whatever it would be called. Pancakes themselves. There's an underlying, like, kind of malty note to it. It does have kind of a breadiness with that kind of pancake type aroma as well. But maybe a touch of roast. All right, this one definitely smells like it's going to be sweet up front, and I'm guessing it's going to be bitter on the back end. All right, let's go in for our first swig here, so cheers. It's got a medium body to it, medium carbonation. It does have a little bit of like a syrupiness, stickiness, as it does glide down the throat there, but yeah, it leaves a little bit of sticky residue on the lips and stuff. Lots of roastiness actually coming through on the flavors. Right up front to mid palate. Pancake syrup. I keep calling it pancake syrup. Maple syrup. Maybe I think pancake syrup would be that like the generic stuff and not like real maple syrup. So maybe that's why I'm calling it pancakes. It's the artificial stuff. Yeah. So it's like black coffee roast, a lot of that pancake syrup, all the way up to mid palate. It's like a little bit of a fruity action in there, a little bit like a darker fruit, maybe even a little bit berry-like. It kind of pops up there in the mid palate range. Yeah, sticky. It is drying on my palate as well. It is drying out my tongue. Bitterness, yeah, it's got a moderate bitterness for the style. Being a coffee stout, kind of earthy toned hoppiness. There's a little bit of a graininess as well on the tail end, on the finish. Now, there's no real chocolate note to me, but I could definitely see somebody drinking this and probably picking up a slight chocolate flavor. And if somebody's like really into chocolate, they may pick that out and say, oh yeah, there's chocolate. There is a slight hint of like something that to me could be chocolatey. Kind of sits there in the tail end with all that earthy hoppiness and stuff. It's kind of like a old Easter egg, dusty chocolate, the old stuff that starts to kind of change. Yeah, I'd say like the more I'm drinking on it right now, I started this off pretty cold. It was probably at least below 40 degrees. This is probably something that, yeah, you're going to want to drink about 50 degrees or so. And as it warms, I may pick out some more flavors from this beer. Right now, it's drinking pretty balanced. It's not super sweet. That pancake syrup that is definitely present. After drinking it, you start to, your palate gets used to it. So it's not as noticeable. It's still there, but it's not like, wow, sweet pancake syrup. So it is starting to kind of melt together a bit more. That coffee note definitely lingers on, that roastedness, darker fruit type stuff as well, poking its head in there. So it's a belchy beer though. So I'm going to give this a score now. Okay. I am back. I'm going to do this a little bit different. Let's see here. Let's start off with what Untappd gives it and or says about it. There's not much said about it. So, because it's Untappd. So 1,119 ratings on this beer. It is averaging out at a 4.06 out of 5. That's what the folks that are using the Untappd app think about this one. And for myself, for the appearance, I gave it the 6 out of 6. On the aromatics, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Flavor score, I'm at a 15 out of 19. Now, some of this comes from, I think they hit like this whole breakfast thing. It does give off, notes of being like pancake syrup covered pancake with coffee and stuff like that. It does kind of hit that, but the thing is, it does really taste and kind of smell a bit like the artificial pancake syrup versus real authentic maple syrup. So yeah, on the body, I felt that this one could have been maybe a little bit on the thicker side, maybe less carbonation could have attributed to a feeling of that. a smoother palate would have been nice. All that. I'm just gonna push it into the body a little bit. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. And for my overall on this one, it's pretty good. I'm not a big fan of coffee stouts. This one allows that kind of roastiness to come through. It does have that black coffee vibe, but with the added sweetness of that pancake syrup, and just the overall enjoyability of the beer. Basically, it's not like so black coffee forward that it's, you know, killing me. So I'm at an 8 out of 10 for this one, which is going to leave Pancakes with Churchill Maple Coffee Stout from Warhorse Brewing Company with a bumpy 41 out of 50. It's going to be a very good beer. So I want to appreciate FLX Beer Reviews for sending me this beer. This is the last one from the pack, so thank you guys very much on an awesome beer mail. I really appreciate it. Hope we can once again do this in the future. So check out FLX right up here. Find a link to their channel. Two great dudes. Unless they don't want to be called dudes. But you got Dan and Mike anyways. Good friends and nice channel they got going together. So cheers to all of you as well for sticking around and watching. Appreciate you. Cheers.